Any more you have put the dilatation?
No, sir.
Only this patient?
Yeah, this
Only this one.
ಬನ್ನಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇದೆಯಾ? Which one?
This started now, right?
It was long back. Yeah. Opened 15 days back. Yeah.
I now request Shri B.R. Srinath, Vice President Microlabs, please occupy the floor. Ms. Geeta Kamath, Chief Executive Officer, Jnana Sanjeevini, please occupy the chair.
Nirvignam kuru me deva. Sarvaka of this Mahamantra is self-realization. Let us pray to God Almighty to bestow upon us the spirit of self-realization, to the spirit of service, empathy for the suffering, upliftment of mankind. First of all, let us welcome this august spirit. On behalf of this Purana family, Microlabs Limited, Samarthvam Trust and Samarthvam Asha Diabetes Center, we extend a very, very hearty welcome to Honorable Shri M.N. Venkatachaliah. Honor, please extend a hearty welcome. It also gives me a great pleasure to welcome the Rotarian Shri M.K. Panduranga, President of the Rashtriya Shikshana Samiti. I also welcome the members of the Rotary Club Bangalore, all the doctors who are assembled here, the benefactors and other benefactors, well-wishers.
Respected dignitaries, esteemed audience, a warm welcome. Progress reports, annual reports, the works are very daunting task, both for the audience as well as for the orator. For the audience, it is how do I stay awake, Dosti and Deepa. Let me start with Project Disha. Disha is a project which has been very close to Dr. Srikanta's heart. It started in Delhi in the early 80s when he was in AIMS. He shifted base to Bangalore and the project came along with him.
Shri C.G. Surana, Shri Anand Surana, ladies and gentlemen, I am a bit hard put to explain my extraneous presence in a function of this kind. Some kind of opens in UK at the invitation of a university. Somebody asked me, can you mention or give you some inspiration? I told them that my life is not an inspired life, not that there is any achievement that I can ascribe to some sorts of inspiration. But professionally, having spent over 50 years in the profession of law, as a lawyer and judge, having seen the seamy side of life, very little of idealism is left behind. I think that work of a lawyer and judge disabuses one of any illusions of life. So the question of those who have inspired me, I cannot speak of. But I can tell you some people who have, for whom I have developed great admiration. And surprisingly, the list I mentioned contained only a few men of law, and there was one policeman and one doctor whose name I mentioned. The policeman was a former Director General of Police of Nagar, who served me in the National Human Rights Commission as a special rapporteur. It was Mr. Chamanla, both as a human being and as a public servant. He is the nearest approximation to the ideal. Of course, it's not the occasion to speak of Chamanla. Certainly, it's an occasion to speak of Dr. Srikanta, whose name I mentioned there. in a society of men who are in relentless pursuit of wealth and status and power and authority, in this mad race of the Homo economicus, pursuit of wealth for its own sake, not as a means to a higher end, but as an end in itself. This society has ceased to have the inspired intuition to understand that pursuit of material goods for their own sake, as ends in themselves, is deadly poison. But it is not to say that wealth, power, authority are evil. It is simply foolish to think of wealth as evil. The European spiritualists interpreted the Bible to say that possession of wealth is sin. But the same Bible was interpreted in the United States as the right to pursue happiness, a right pushed to an extent where they thought all governments, every government for that matter, has no right to interfere with a man's pursuit of wealth for its own sake. Dr. Srikantha is a shining example of what an individual, as a doctor, as a citizen, could aspire to attain to a level of perfection. I think the inspiration in his life has been his own father, who has been such an eminent doctor, a doctor with such great values. The great compliment to our civilization and society, surprisingly, is that men of the ilk of Dr. Srikantha have survived and have also prevailed. Ladies and gentlemen, today the modern medicine is something fantastic. In a recent book, an eminent doctor in the United States of America, excellent management men, or first-class people in management, they must come and offer their support and assistance and leave him free to his patients. And the way he has taught to the medical profession,
Mr. Dilip Surana, Mr. Anand Surana, kindly join us on the dais, please. Thank you. Mr. D.C. Surana has been a philanthropist, an educationist, and founder of the Micro Group. He has been unable to join us due to health problems. Mrs. D.C. Surana has been a philanthropist, deeply religious person. Mr. Dilip Surana is an entrepreneur, leader, and the managing director of the Micro Groups. Mrs. Archana Surana is the director of Surana Group of Institutions. Mr. Anand Surana is the managing director of industry and also a managing director of Microlabs Group. Mrs. Mona Surana, who is unable to join us today, is also been a Mr. Sachidanand and Mr. Srinivas Murthy. Mr. Ramakrishna found that someone was once as a very good Venkatachaliah. And thanks to them, they are today now one of the large beneficiaries of I find it very difficult to say this. Former Chief Justice, Supreme Court of India.
We are honored by his presence today. 3 years ago, he initiated this project, so it's highly honorable to all of us over here. Sir, we seek your blessings. Please bless us with a few words.
Which is a refuge and fortress of this function. We have Inauguration, the appreciation to the world system, spoken by this is Venkatachaliah in conversation.
Namaste.
Mic ತೆಗೆದು
Regarding the vote of thanks, firstly, our salutations to His Holiness Sri Swami Rangapriya. He blessed this project 3 years ago, and we salute our revered Swamiji for his divine presence and continued blessings. Honorable Sri M.N. Venkatachaliah, a living God with Saraswati on his lips, whose wisdom, leadership and ethical standards we always seek, and he is the one who has the final say in what we do, and we pray for his long health so that he could continue to guide us. Sri M.K. Pandran Shetty, our association may be short, but we have grown up with the legacy of the RV institutions, which they have accomplished over a century, and we look forward to his leadership, and we want him to have these small projects grow like the way he has nurtured the RV institutions, a symbol in the world. One Surana family, I can only tell you, about 10 years ago, the Samatvam family and Surana family were brought together by Lord Almighty. The relationship just yesterday morning we spent some time with their family, and we all have to learn from their intense religiosity. Even the successful managing director spent an hour a day on intense meditation. They start the day by visiting the temples, so there is much more to learn, and I just learned about the huge temple project which is coming in Hosur Road. Sir, Mr. Givarchan Surana could not be here. Mr. G.C. Surana, Mami Ji, Dilip, Anand, Archana, Mona and everybody, thank you very much. We want to learn from you. Your religiosity impresses all of us, and kindly guide us to serve people better. Now, brothers from Rotary, all other benefactors who have joined hands in making this project possible, and we look forward to continue to work and grow and to make whatever difference we can do to the society. A special word about the volunteers of the microlabs and other institutions. Sri K. Subramaniam. My Gita called her the chief architect. I call him the chief pujari of this temple. And it was this humble man called K. Subramaniam who brought the two families together 10 years ago. And he's responsible for everything you see. The diabetes task force team led by Srinath, Girish and the whole team. A special word to the cardiac care team of Rajasimha, Prakash and all their leaders. Thank you. We'll continue to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, go to the park, start the camp and end the day at 11 o'clock. They have been truly hardworking. Thank you. Finally, but not, you saw a lot of the young ones who have been with us for the last 12 years. And the youngest being 3 months. And a lot of, see, the type 1 diabetes is emotionally more demanding. But the bigger future number, the 95% of the burden, we are the helpless adults who come here to take care. And there are people, in the last 8 days we are having our annual camp. There are elderly people who are helpless, who come and touch your feet and go for the service. And because of we had an 8-day camp, because of the popular request, and we have extended the camp for the whole month of July, and probably throughout the year they can get the benefits. And these, what we call our patients as the living gods, not the idols, we thank them for giving us an opportunity to serve them. And they need our highest gratitude, love, care and compassion. Finally, on this auspicious occasion, all of us from the Samarpam Trust with the Surana, we have a small commitment to make. His Holiness, elders and friends, for all the love, care and support all of you have bestowed on us, on behalf of the Samarpam Trust, we promise you with one commitment, and we hope we'll try to live with it, that as of today, no patient with diabetes or other health problems entering the doors of the Surana Preventive Diabetology Center, however poor he or she may be, will be left unattended. With all your support, we will provide them the best possible health care in the years ahead. And once again, we thank you all. We will try to live up to our commitment. Thank
you. Acknowledge and really join hands for this project. We now request all of you, you could seek the blessings of the Swamiji and then adjourn for lunch.